What's going on, guys? Marcus here, back in the shop, and I am currently going to be talking about Pusha T and Jay's new track, Drug Dealers Anonymous. Now, I know this song came out a couple days ago, but I had to listen to it a bunch of times. I couldn't just give it a 1 or 2 spins and then do my review, because they're the type of rappers that when they spit something, they're always going to leave some kind of messages that you're not going to catch the first few times. You got to actually listen to it, and you might even catch some certain things weeks on down the line, if not years down the line. I know personally, listening to Jay-Z's music, Reasonable Doubt, I bought that like in the early 2000s because I was way too young in '96, and I was still catching things years later listening to the album. So yeah, that's why I couldn't give you my review. But also, you see me rocking the Muhammad Ali tee, the greatest of all time. This was definitely an idol for me when I was younger. I didn't really know much about Muhammad Ali till I watched the Will Smith movie like 10 years ago, whenever it came out, 10-15 years ago. I know that has nothing to do with this review, but again, I'm a huge fan of Muhammad Ali and all the work that he's done in and outside the ring. So yeah, just had to get that out the way. But let's get on to the review.
Something new. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no.
So, Drug Dealers Anonymous. This is actually produced by DJ Dahi, and I'll actually be looking down at my computer because I took a lot of notes. Like I said earlier, this song just had so many puns and hidden messages, I just could not catch them all at the same time. I had to take a bunch of notes. And I'm gonna be honest, first time listening to this song, I wasn't really feeling the beat, and I'm pretty much gonna stick to that because the beat is not all that to me. It's not mind-blowing like that, but it's real dark and just misty, or whatever you want to call it, because it's just a moody song. And I actually kind of like that, even though I'm not really feeling the beat, but I'm feeling the actual feeling behind it because it reminds me of his last album, The Darkest Before the Dawn. And that album was actually a prelude to King Push, which is going to be his upcoming album. And they said that this song is going to be on that album, so I'm going to stick to that. I like that feeling. Again, the beat wasn't all that for me, but going on to the actual verse, Pusha T is killing it lyrically. He has so many puns and so many metaphors. Again, I just did not catch the first few times. There was a few things in here that I knew there was something behind it. I just didn't know what it was. I was like, yo, he talking about something right here. But his one line, garages, the phantom, ghouls, ghosts, and goblins, blonde mohawk, the collection, I'm Dennis Rodman. So I got the blonde mohawk reference with Dennis Rodman, obviously, because we all know who Dennis Rodman is, and we know this dude was just crazy with his hair and his tattoos and stuff. He just looked like a crazy dude. And the garages and the phantom, I was guessing it was talking about the phantom car, but you put it all together, he was actually talking about blonde mohawk, the collection. He was talking about the interior, according to what I saw on, I think it was Rap Genius. And the other verse, or the other metaphor that I actually called, I thought, to me, was pretty simple, was I could baptize a brick and wash away the sins like a Catholic. To me, that was some dope ass shit because it was real deep, and I took it as 2 ways. As far as washing a brick like a Catholic, either he's baptizing the brick from washing away the sins, so he's pretty much justifying his lifestyle as a drug dealer, because hey, when you're a Catholic, you're pretty much washing away your sins, and whatever you do in life, you're pretty much going to be good to go to heaven, or however you want to call it, you know, if you're into religion. And that's what it seems like he's justifying it. Or he's talking about baptizing his drugs as in he's cooking it. He's cooking his coke into crack with water. Or I could be completely wrong, but that's how I took it as. It's either one of the two. If I'm wrong, let me know, or let me know what y'all think in the bottom of the description, but that's how I took it. Now, moving on to Jay's verse, I will say that he definitely did a lot better on this joint than he did on the All the Way Up remix, because if you saw that review, it was actually a podcast that I did with 2 of my friends. I actually put like a little iCard here somewhere. I wasn't really feeling it, and I'm a huge Jay fan. Like I said in that review, Jay-Z is actually one of my favorite rappers, but I know when he spits out a lazy ass verse, and I definitely feel like he took his time on this because it had so many, again, hidden messages in here. Pusha with his shit, it was phenomenal. I still think Pusha took it between the two. I think he outdid Jay, but that doesn't mean that Jay's verse was whack on this one, especially compared to his last joint. But before we go into his verse, you actually hear a snippet of Tommy Lauren, that one chick that was getting on Beyonce for her halftime performance, and Jay does a response. And Jay's not one of these guys that just gets pissed off and and just says fuck you and this and that. Nah, Jay's always real cool, calm, collective. He doesn't really say much, but when he says it, it's real slick. So his response wasn't nothing too serious. It was more like 14 years drug dealings and counting. And to me, I took it as a few different ways as well. 14 years of counting, you could either look at it as he still has money from his drug dealer ways, because I know in reasonable doubt he said he still had money since '88. So I don't know if he's still talking about having money since his drug dealing days, or he could be referring to 14 years and counting as in after drug dealing or whatever. His new drug and his new hustle was making music and selling music. So the new drug was his albums and his singles and just everything that he was doing with Rockefeller, and his fans were the addicts. We were the junkies because we were fiending for that new shit. So I guess you could say that's the 14 years and counting when it comes to drug dealing, because music was his new hustle. But again, I could be wrong, so y'all let me know in the description box what you think he meant by that. Either way, the rest of the verse is just he talking about that rich fancy shit that none of us will ever really be able to, I guess, relate to. Like he's talking about having koi fish on the floor and having a marble foyer, big orange fish that you might see like at a Chinese restaurant. So when have you ever stepped in somebody's house and actually saw like koi fish on the floor? I think that's what he was talking about, just having, I think it was in barbershop too. As soon as you walked in that one rival barbershop, you saw that they had like fish in the floor. So I'm pretty sure that's what he's referring to. And just beyond that, he's just going in on pretty much his lavish lifestyle outside of just a basic drug dealer. We're talking about just a multi-millionaire mogul, Jay. Like this guy is just buku bucks. Like this dude is just, the whole verse is just talking about that. Kind of like in his last album, Magna Carta, a lot of people wasn't feeling it, not just because of the beat selection, but because of the content was real artsy fartsy. And that's kind of what Jay kind of went on here. So he's beyond talking about drug dealing and street shit, but he does reference that in his music, in this song, excuse me. And then he ends the verse by saying, damn Daniel, and FBI running up on them with the white vans. Nothing mind-blowing, nothing like that, but he does, he stays with the metaphors and the punchlines and, you know, that shit or whatever. So it is the hot topic on social media for this year. I think it's actually over. I don't think anyone's talking about no damn Daniel. And we all know what damn Daniel is. Damn Daniel with the white vans. So he's referring to damn Daniel, FBI with the white vans. You know, nothing too mind-blowing, but hey, it is what it is. It's just the outro there of the track. So let me know what y'all think about it. I thought it was pretty dope. Again, I'm not really feeling the beat like that. I think it's okay, but I like the mood that it represents, because I know King Push is going to be a real moody album, especially if this is the legit album compared to the prelude of Darkest Before the Dawn. And I actually had a review on that, so I'll put it right here as well too. And yeah, let me know what y'all think in the bottom of the description box. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Let me know what you want me to review next. Also comment, share, and yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And that's pretty much it. I'll catch y'all later.